Hello everybody, this is JT Productions and welcome back to another preview and prediction video. Today I'll be doing the Brigham Young Cougars. So let's go. Last season, Brigham Young went 10-3 with losses in the regular season to Boise State and Baylor and a loss in the bowl game to UAB. They had some great wins in the regular season, however. They beat Utah, who ended up going to the Rose Bowl. They beat Arizona State. They beat Washington State. They beat USC. They were pretty much Pac-12 champions, if you think about it. So, what do my notes say about BYU? Well, Kalani Sitake is in his 7th season at BYU. They have a versatile quarterback in Jaron Hall. They're a very well-coached team. They got some pieces out of the transfer portal, including running back Christopher Brooks from Cal, fullback Houston Hiamuli from Stanford, offensive tackle Kingsley Suamataia from Oregon, defensive back Gabe Judy Lally from Vanderbilt, and defensive back Maury Bombi from Tyler Junior College. Some pretty good pieces from the transfer portal. Their roster besides them is pretty well-rounded. A lot of proven talent, including Jaron Hall, Gunnar Romney, and pieces like that. Their defense is pretty good with some experience as well. They don't have a freshman starting at any position. They have a couple of sophomores, but besides that, they're very experienced, like I said. So, let's see what the schedule holds for them. Now, BYU has been known for being able to upset Power 5 teams. Some pretty good Power 5 teams. So, let's see if they can replicate that this year. Week 1, they're on the road at South Florida and Tampa, Florida. They should win this game easily. South Florida is nowhere near where they need to be football-wise. So, you should be able to knock them off easily. Then, you have Baylor coming to town. Baylor, Big 12 champion last year. They got Blake Shapen back as their quarterback. He played in a couple of games last year. We'll see how he can do in a very hostile environment in Provo, Utah. Very long ways to travel for them. And I have you beating them. I have Baylor dropping this one on the road in Provo. I just think they're going to take a step back after losing that much speed and Tristan Ebner and Tyquan Thornton and players like that on your team, on Baylor. I just think they're going to take a step back. So you're 2-0 before going on the road to play Oregon. Oregon got a new head coach in Dan Lanning. They have Bo Nix as their starter. The one thing with Bo Nix, he plays very well at home, and that's exactly where they are. They're going to have a great defense behind Dan Lanning, including especially the linebacker core. I think you drop this one. Oregon very much is going to be a very well-coached team defensively and I think offensively. They are going to take a step or two back just because it's Dan Lanning's first year and a lot of turnover on the offensive side. But I do think it's going to be a close game. So you're 2-1 before playing Wyoming at home. You should win this game. Wyoming, physical team, but I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with BYU. Then you play Utah State. Utah State, I don't think they're going to be much this year regarding national standings. They could be competitive somewhat in the Mountain West, but who knows. So, you're 4-1 before facing Notre Dame in Las Vegas, another marquee matchup for BYU. And I think you get the win here with Notre Dame having a new head coach, traveling to Las Vegas to play a tricky BYU team. It's very likely that BYU takes a win off of Notre Dame. So, you're 5-1 with quality wins over Baylor and Notre Dame before coming back home to play Arkansas. Arkansas, another well-coached team that with the travel impact and with your versatile quarterback, I think gets the win for BYU over Arkansas. And with this win, you're probably going to be ranked in the top 15 to top 20. You're 6-1. Now you go on the road to Liberty. They're going to take a step or 2 or 3 back this year with the loss of Malik Willis. And I think get the win in Lynchburg, Virginia. Excuse me. Then you have two games that could be tricky. East Carolina. East Carolina is a very gritty team. I think they're going to be a very gritty team this year, like they have been the last 2 or 3 years. They come to your house. It's going to be a primetime, 8 o'clock Eastern Time game. Now, it's games like these that seem to get BYU every year. You had that game against Coastal Carolina 2 years ago. You had the game against last year against Boise State. You had the game in UAB in the bowl game. You had the game against Baylor in Waco. It's games like these to where BYU is undefeated, or not undefeated, but ranked highly, that can slip them up, and I think this one does. I think you lose to East Carolina in Provo and drop to 6-2 before going on the road to face Boise State. And I think East Carolina beats you twice. You see this all the time with teams like last year, Kentucky. Georgia beat them, and then Mississippi State, they went on the road to Mississippi State the week after and beat them again. So I think BYU suffers 2 straight losses before their bye week. And after their bye week, they play Utah Tech, which is good to get them back on their feet before they go on the road to Stanford. So before they go on the road to Stanford, they are 8-3. Stanford, I think I had them starting out pretty strong with a few wins, but I think BYU gets the win here to finish the season 9-3. A little bit disappointing after starting out 6-1. Could have gotten through that if you had just beaten East Carolina and Boise State. You could have even maybe made the playoffs with the resume you had. So anyways, there you have it. BYU, Brigham Young University, goes 9-3 with wins against Arkansas, Notre Dame, and Baylor. Great wins. So there you go. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. We only have a couple more weeks till college football season. I'm very excited. I got to get these done before week 0 so that I can keep up with the schedules and y'all can't say, hey, you cheated because you changed around. And no, I would not do that. So anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed, and Go Dawgs.